What's up, friends? I want to make some new stuff with you guys, and so I think what we need to do is a little bit of yarn shopping. I'm at my boyfriend Michael's, and then we're gonna go to my boyfriend Hobby Lobby, and we are going to see what we can find today. I'm not 100% sure what I want to make yet, and I'm not 100% sure what colors I want to get, but we're gonna find out together. So let's go shopping. I'm currently trying to decide if I maybe want to use a cake for our project. I'm thinking something wearable, and I'm not sure. I don't know if I love any of these cakes. My Michael's never has a super great sort of collection, but I do like these cotton ones. I kind of wanted to try something in cotton. I do like these, but I'm not sure that this is going to work for what I have in mind. I'm thinking maybe like a granny square poncho or sweater or something. And I'm trying to figure out what I might want. But then they've got these little cotton ones. I just don't know if I love any of them. I think I have some of this at home. That one's okay, I guess, but just don't love the color schemes that they have available. I don't know what I want to do. This is polyester, and it says perfect phasing, but if I want to make something out of granny squares, then I'll need like 4 of these for what I have in mind, so that they all start with the purple. I do like this, and it's a chunkier yarn, which means it would work up a little bit faster, I think. Well, it feels like a chunkier yarn, but it says it's a weight 4. Out of all the color schemes, I mean, this one is the one that I like the most. So maybe we try something out of one of these. Y'all, look at this. It's purple. It's got skulls. It's got a little crow on it. I think I need to have this. So we couldn't leave without a visit to the Halloween section. Okay, guys, so I did get that specific cake. I did get my mushroom house. I got a couple more skeins of yarn that I will absolutely show you once we get to the house that I've never really tried before, that I do want to try and make a couple of small things out of, but just a couple. Now we're at boyfriend Hobby Lobby's, and we are going to go and maybe see what we can find for a second project. I don't know if they'll be in the same video, but the shopping is all in one video. I also just turned in my phone for my trade-in. I got my new phone in the mail. It's purple. I put sparkles on it. It's beautiful. And I got my new phone grip in the mail today, so awesome. All right, let's go see what we can find in Hobby Lobby. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Hobby Lobby should have everything on sale this week as far as yarn is concerned, because they didn't have it on last week, and they've been doing every other week. All yarn 30% off. Nice, it's 30% off week. So let's go do some more shopping. Okay, so here we have an option that I like that's nice and wintry. This is the Soft and Sleek Oak Peel Fiber. It is acrylic, but it's a really nice color. It's so dark in these aisles because they've got it stacked up with Christmas stuff, but that's cute. I do like that purple as well, but I think this is more wintry. So this is one of the ones that I'm looking at. I'm trying to look at yarns that I haven't necessarily used a lot before, so we'll see what I can find. And then here is where we have all of the cotton yarns. I've got some of this, which is sort of autumny, which I like. I think I've got a couple maybe of this. Oh, you couldn't see the first one. That one down there I have a couple of. This one I have a couple of. I think I have a couple of that one too. I took a picture on my phone of what I have in my stash for cotton. So the only trouble with this is that it takes so many more yarn balls to equal the same amount of yardage that it does in acrylic. And as you can see, some of the colors are a little less stocked than others. I do really like the colors of the cotton though. It's got some really nice options. I'm going to look at my photo and I'm going to see what I have and then see what is available and the number of skeins. Like, see, this has only got 2. So if we're doing a larger project, this wouldn't necessarily be my first choice. Got some good stuff. I may have gone a tiny-ish bit crazy. It's not a big deal. It was on sale, which means I was saving money, right? So, I mean, if you look at it that way, we did great. We saved 30% on everything we just got. I got some cotton, I got some acrylic, and I got a couple of acrylic balls that I pointed out to you guys. I did get the purple that I pointed out. That was the Soft and Sleek Babe Yarn Bee or whatever, because I thought that that was nice and wintry. And then I got a blue stripy one that is going to be nice and says winter. I don't really do Christmassy, and I don't really want a Christmassy like winter thing, so I went with blues because that was giving winter to me. But we'll get home, we will check all of this stuff out here in just a little bit, and then we can start making some projects together. We're back in the yarn room and let's talk about what we got. All right, first things first, this is a Michael's bag, but ignore it because this is Hobby Lobby haul. I grabbed a couple of different colors in cotton. I love this cotton. So we have this darker purple, which is amethyst. We have this lighter purple, which is orchid. And then we got a sparkly white color, which is just white, but it's got the sparkle in it. So we got a combination of these 3 to make a wearable out of, I believe. Okay, so I got a few of each of them. I'm not going to show you every single one, but I got a few of each of those colors, mostly the purples and then a little bit less of the white. I grabbed this cake, which is a sugar wheel cotton called Sprinkles on Top, and it was really fun. So I grabbed a couple skeins of this. It is 100% cotton as well. And I think we're going to try and make some kind of wearable out of this. Then we got this, which is Instant Classic. And I love this yarn. I got a couple of skeins of it. And then this is the blue stripe that I was talking about. This is Denim's Ombre. And this just gives very winter feel to me. Like, I think this just says winter. I might have gotten a couple of extra things that weren't yarn. But anyways, this is what we got. I got a few of those because wearables take up a lot. And then this was the purpley color in the Yarn Bee Soft and Sleek, low peel fiber. It is in the color purple gray multi. I got 2 of those. I'm thinking maybe I can knit something with that. And that is my Hobby Lobby haul. We got the Michael's haul with our mushroom, Loops and Threads Delicate Decay acrylic, Cuddly Multi. Cuddly Multi, this is a 3-weight, same kind. Beachy Multi, thought those colorways were really nice. And this one is Gumdrop Multi. I just got one of each of those 3. Then we got these 2. This is Heathered Bamboo in Violet and Taffy. Last but not least, Cinnamon Swirl Cakes by Karen in Twilight Surf. This is what we're going to start with for our project. I got a few of those. I think I have decided on what I want to do for our project. And we're going to use this, the one that I got, the combination of these. And the reason we're going to be using these is because we're going to do a block stitch. We're going to make a sweater. We're going to do a block stitch granny square sweater. So what we need to do is make a big granny square that's going to stretch from here to here. Then we need to duplicate that. And then we need to make 2 for the arms. And we're going to go about it that way. I think that's our plan. That's our plan of action. If you do not know how to do a block stitch granny square, I'm going to pop up an image right here for you for a little chart. And we are going to do that. I don't have any way to do like an up-down view for you guys for this specific part, but just trust me when I say that's what we're going to do. I will check in with you in a minute. I think we're going to start with this. You can start with either the block part of the stitch or the granny part of the stitch. We're going to start with the granny stitch and do the second round to block it. And then we're going to go silver, light purple, purple for the different rounds, the even rounds. So these are going to be the odd rounds. Those are going to be the even rounds. We're going to go gray, light purple, dark purple. Sounds like a plan to me. Let's see how it works up. All right, we've done the first 7 rows. And I'm not 100% sure what I think about it. So for the purple, obviously the silver and the light purple are not going to stand out as well, but then you can see the dark purple floating around in this row because it's the darkest of all the colors, and then it's up against the blue. I kind of want to take one of the other skeins and just do a regular granny square and see how I feel about that, and maybe work up a few rounds in that and then just see. I don't know if the square and the block stitch is exactly what I want. Maybe if we just did lines instead of a square, I might like it better. But I don't know how I feel about the block stitch like this. Okay, I had a little think, and I think I'm going to frog this. Which is not that much work, but I think what I'm trying to do here is overcomplicated for what we're looking for. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the silver and the light purple, and we're just going to go with the 2 colors. We're going to go with the cake and the dark purple, and we're going to see how that looks. So I'm going to frog this real quick, and I'm going to see if that looks any better to me, and then we'll see where we're at. I think that's going to be better because I want this stitch to stand out, because in here inside the purple it just gets lost, and so you don't see that repeating pattern of the stitch all the way out, and I think that's my issue. I think that's my issue with the block at the moment. So let's undo this and then start over and see where we end up. All right, we've caught back up to where we were on the 7th row, and I just finished it, and this looks better, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Oh my goodness, that looks a lot better. The purple stands out against the rest of it and just gives it a little something extra that's not your basic granny square. That I like. So we're looking like this. So I'm going to continue to make this square until it reaches both shoulders. Do a last little check-in for this evening. This is where we are at. I just covered up my mic, so I'll probably be muffled here for just a second, but this is where we're at with the shirt. It is still a little maybe cropped for me, a little more cropped than I would wear. I tend to like things a little bit baggier and a little bit more covered up, but I think it is looking fantastic. I love it. It is very much giving winter vibes, which is also nice. I think I'm going to add a couple more rows. Definitely, I've got the box stitchy part to add again, and then another round of like the granny clusters, and then we'll see where we're at with that. But my hands are tired. It's going on 9 o'clock now, and I think I'm going to take a break from this for the evening, but this is where we're at, and I think I love how it is turning out. I think I made the right decision with going in with just the dark purple, because you can see that in between each of the granny stitch rows. So yeah, this is really nice. I like how it's coming out. It's got that little bit of sparkle to it, but not being too overdone. And this is where we're at on this first cake as well. So we've still got plenty of yarn to go in that. Okay, guys, welcome to the next day. It has been decreed by somebody, I'm not going to say who, but it has been decreed that the only way that she is not going to absolutely scream her head off through my videos is if she is the star. She's still going to talk through them, but she's not going to scream in that high-pitched scream that she has. She's going to talk like a normal girl, aren't you? Yeah. She's going to talk like normal. Anyways, we left off last night right here, and I said I needed to add another couple of rows to this to make it slightly oversized. I like my clothes a little bit baggy, so I am going to add 2 more sets of rows, I think, which will give me about another inch and a half to this shirt, and then we'll see where we're at. So that's the first thing that I'm going to do, is I'm going to add 2 more sets of rows. So that is two more rows of the granny stitch, and then I guess it'd be 1 more row of the box stitch, because I want to finish on the granny stitch, not the box stitch, because I think that's just going to be easier for seaming it all together. Oh, now you're quiet? Now you're quiet? Say yes. No. Now she's quiet. Anyways, better than the screaming. I don't know. I don't know. Y'all tell me what you think. Better than the screaming? No, it's not. It's not.
He dies. And so do we, for that matter.
I've been told differently.
By who? Someone that wants you dead?
A descendant of the people who created Rain of Clues.
Yeah, the people who hate us.
Well, whether we believe them or not is Bonnie's only chance. Look, best case scenario, we destroy it and everything goes back to normal. Worst case scenario, we all die and Stefan lives to tell the tale of our demise to the lovely Elena.
Are you forgetting about the other problem that's in there?
I mean the ambiguously terrifying monster from the vault. I'm on it. So it's less ambiguous, it will be less terrifying.
I think I added 1 more row, and I think that might be where we quit. So I'm going to pull up a loop real quick, and we're going to check this. This is what we are looking like currently. I think that once we steam block it, it should relax a little bit, but we do go shoulder to shoulder without any issue. And it's not, I think it hits my waist. Let's do this. So, it goes just below my waist. So my waist is about here. It goes about here. And I am more modest when it comes to clothing. So I like things to be covered up. And I think we've done it. So let's see how many rows we've got. 12 of the granny stitch rows, which will give us 11 of the other rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes. So 12 of the granny stitch rows, which is what we started with, and 11 of the other rows. And now we have a full square, and now we just need to repeat this. We need to repeat it. Let's find out. I don't know if we're going to need quite so many rows around the sleeve, but let's just have a little look-see. Oh my goodness, that might be perfect for the sleeve. I don't like my sleeves too tight either. So yeah, I think we just need to repeat this process 3 more times. Again, once you block it, it will relax a little bit. And then this will be our sleeve. Do I want this to be my sleeve? What do we think? Do I want my sleeve to look like this and be square? Or do I want to just do block stitch rows around and just have it stripe? That's the next question. I don't think it looks bad this way. We'll deal with the sleeve when we get to it. I may work up a couple of rows in just the stripes and make it this width, and we'll just do stripes down, and then just see what we think when it comes to that. But otherwise, I need to make a second one of these. I am in love with the colors. The colors could not be more me if they tried. So I'm very, very excited about that. I'm going to fasten off these two ends, and then we're going to start working up our next one. I think we probably used about half of this skein. All right, I have a scale. So let's see where we ended up. We started with 8 ounces, and we currently have grams. Let's do grams. We started with 277 grams, and we have 91 grams left. So a little over half a skein of this, which I have just deflated into nothingness. Oh my goodness, it's not a skein anymore. All right, so a little over half of one to get the first panel. I totally forgot to show you. This is what we've used of this skein. So not too bad, not too bad at all. Definitely plenty to have just one skein for the accent color. I'm also tying off my ends. I'm going to go ahead and weave them in. I weave in my beginning rows as I go. So this is the back of the project. So I've already woven them into the stitches around this, and I'm just going to chop that off real quick, and then I'm going to weave these in and chop those ends off, so I don't have to worry about weaving anything in when I go back around. All right, here we go. Panel number 2. So front or back, whichever. We've got the second one done. Let's talk timing. I've got 2 hours and 42 minutes, basically 2 hours and 43 minutes. And then I took about 45 minutes worth of breaks. There we have that for one panel, which means that basically I have been working on this for a little over 5 hours, 5.5 hours almost, to do the front and back panels. And now we need to determine the sleeves. So there's a couple different ways that we can go about this. I can spend the same amount of time and make 2 more panels, and then we can have the sleeves look like this, which would work perfectly fine, or we can make it striped down and do them that way. Let's look at this. How does that? Oh, that looks kind of cute though. Okay, I'm seeing the vision. That looks kind of cute. I was a little concerned about how the square would look on the sleeve. Not bad. Still kind of want to see what the sleeve would look like with just stripes going that way. Are you curious? Because I'm curious. So what we need to do is take the number of stitches across on this outer rim and make a tube. 23. There's 23 clusters that we need to have in order for it to be the same size. I'm going to make a foundation chain. We have this much left of this skein, but it was used up some already. So this wasn't a full skein. It was one of the ones that I already had. And this is what we're looking like for this. And now we're going to start on the sleeve, which I need a chain of 69. I'm going to do this long tail chain method that sort of gives you a stitch on both sides, which is really hard for me to explain. In my hand, I have got my working yarn and my tail. My tail is pretty dang long because I need 69 chains in total. I've just did my first one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to loop under my tail, and then I'm going to yarn over with my working yarn and pull through. That gives me a stitch on this side and a stitch on this side. Okay, you can watch me from this view, right? Working yarn, tail, hook. Again, you're going to have to invert this because I'm backwards, but you see how it's making the chains on this side, and it's making little chains on this side as well. In between the two, go under the tail, under the working yarn, pull through. There's your next chain. here is your stitch underneath that makes sort of a foundation type chain. And then I'm going to do that for 69 total chains. So right now I should have 5. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, right there. And then on this side, you'll see the same thing. We have our chain. If we work in the round, we don't have to worry about the ends matching up. We are going to just double crochet around 69 around. Instead of joining with a slip stitch in the beginning, I went ahead and I did my 69 double crochets into my chain, and now I am going to join with a slip stitch because somehow I managed to twist my round before, and I don't want that to happen again. So now we are going to join this here, and then I am going to use my tail, which I'm going to cut shorter because it's long right now, to join these two ends together in just a little bit. But for right now, we are going to join with a slip stitch here. Here is what our sleeve is going to look like. Now we need to join on the other color, and we need to do the box stitching. And then we're just going to repeat that for 23 rows. And then we're going to see where we're at as far as the sleeve is concerned. But then we don't have to worry about joining the sleeve later. I think this is going to work out well. This is also going to work out well if you want shorter sleeves. Like if you want a shorter sleeve sweater, you can do it this way instead, and then you can stop the sleeve wherever you want. Just do a little mini check-in. Here is how far I've gotten on my sleeve. I took a couple of breaks just to give my hand a little rest to see if you want something short. Let me pull that through a little ways so we're not jerking it out. Anyways, if you want something kind of short sleeve-ish, then you can stop this at any point because we're not doing it as a square. So see, look at this. Oh, that's going to be cute, isn't it? I think we're figuring it out. Winging it. We're winging it, but we are figuring it out. I'm going to continue to work on my sleeve. Let's do a last check-in for tonight. This is where we stand. So hold it up. We're about to start the 19th row, and this is where we're at. So we still have like 4 or 5 more granny square rows to go. Looking really, really good. What do we think? What do we think? Square, stripe, square, stripe, square, stripe. Let me know in the comments which one you prefer. Jolly. I want some love. I want some love. Who came home with Daddy today? Who came home with Daddy this morning? We are back for day 3, and I have acquired my new skein of grapette, so we can proceed with our sleeves. I'm going to finish up my first sleeve, and then we'll start working on the second sleeve. I will probably time the second sleeve. Once I determine exactly how many rows we're going to make it, how long it needs to be, I'll time the second one so I can give you an approximation as to how long it takes. But it should be the exact same amount of stitches as the squares, the way that I'm doing them. Or right about the same amount of stitches, so it should take right about the same amount of time to do the sleeves. Andy got home this morning, and so did my neighbor. So did my little neighbor. Yes.
Being a firefighter is a calling. Hang in there, we're coming to you.
You're trying to steal my husband. You stole him first.
The city needs us at our best, even when things are at their worst.
What, babe?
Can you pull up my chart, please?
Sure, babe.
Previously on the Vampire Diaries, you abandoned your family. I was ashamed. Find my own meals, thank you very much.
Clearly, given the stench of blood on you. Aren't you supposed to be turning angels into devils in the name of Kate?
Yes,
Okay, guys, good morning. It is the next day. I did not get much done at all, as you can see. I went in to the living room, hung out with the hubs for the rest of the evening, and worked on his hat. Am I covered in dog hair? Absolutely. I've had about 2 hours of sleep. Bubba is not feeling good. I don't know if he ate something he wasn't supposed to or what, but he has gone into a bad spot. Um, he's upset. He's hiding. He's thrown up a couple of times, which upsets him. So he goes into hiding, and I was up all night with him. But we're gonna move forward. There's no sleeping now in this house, anyways. So everybody else is up. I'm up, and we're gonna get started. We'll go ahead and knock out hopefully the sleeve. So let's do that real quick, and then we'll come back. We'll figure out how we're gonna put it together. All right, 2 hours and 45 minutes, and we have sleeve number 2. So we have all of our pieces. Now we just need to figure out how we are going to put it together. Here's both of our sleeves. Here's both our front and our back. It's gonna be awesome. So what I'm thinking is, well, I mean, obviously we know where the sleeves go. I'm gonna turn everything inside out, and I am going to sort of mattress stitch or whip stitch on the inside, and we'll put it together that way. I am thinking I want like a nice wide neck. I don't like to feel very, so I am going to do maybe 2 or 3 stitches or clusters in on both sides, and we're going to call that the neck, and then it can slide around as it needs to a little bit. We've got a nice wide neck. If I want to close it up more later, I can, but right now I'm thinking that that's where we're going to go. So we're going to close in. I'm going to do three clusters on the front and on the back, and then we're going to take the sleeves to the side, line them up where my seam is at the bottom, and I'm going to, I think, go up one side, down the other, and then when I get to the bottom, I'll make a couple of stitches to make sure that there's no hole down there, and then I'll go down the side. Front and back. I think that's what we're going to do. That's the plan. I'll let you know if it works or not, obviously, but that is the plan, and I'm going to whip stitch it together with this just in case anything is seen through the seams. It will match because you can see the block stitching through the rest of it, so that's not a big deal. Speaking of, we are right here for skein number 3, and we still have some left over on it. So I would say we used probably a little over, or right around 2.5 skeins to make this shirt, because the second one that I used was not a full one. 2.5, to 3, depending upon what size you're making for this. And if you're going to do any ribbing later or anything like that, I still haven't made my mind up on that. We're going to put this shirt together, and we're going to see what it looks like before that. And then this is where I'm at on number 2. Obviously, we didn't have to use a whole lot to get through that second sleeve, but we have plenty of that left. And yeah, I'm going to start pinning this into place, and I will come back to you and let you know how it goes. She's pinned into place. Oh, she's gonna be so pretty. She's pinned into place, and I'm gonna start stitching. I'm actually kind of thinking, what if we do slip stitch to close instead? It would take more yarn, but I think it might be a little bit more secure. I'm gonna do the top of this shoulder real quick and slip stitch. Do I want to do slip stitch in the back loop only, or do I want to just do slip stitches? I'm going to just slip stitch through all 4 loops real quick, and I'm going to see what that looks like, and then I will make a determination as to whether or not we need to switch to back loop only. I want to see what kind of seam that leaves in between the pieces. So we're just going to slip stitch in each stitch across for 3 clusters to get to the shoulder, and then look and see what that looks like on the opposite side. Oh, okay. Let me show you. So you can just see the purple stitching underneath. And I don't know if I hate that. I don't know if I hate that because you can see that the purple is on every other row. So why wouldn't the purple shine through in the stitch? Where it's stitched together, it's nice, and I think it'll bring those two things together because of the way that we chose to do this sweater. I think that I want to keep it that way. So I think we're going to slip stitch around, which isn't something that I thought I was going to do initially, but I think that little extra sparkle will make the two look a little bit more seamless like they were supposed to begin with. I'm going to start that over because I definitely needed to go one more stitch over. But that's going to be the plan. We're going to slip stitch through both loops. Let's just look at it real quick as to what it would look like if I did. I'm going to look at it real quick and see what it would look like if I do the inside loops only, since I just took that apart anyways. Let's look at back loop only. Ugh, yeah, no, I don't like that. Okay, so here's the difference. So doing the back loop only leaves this gap in between the two layers. We do not want that. I don't want that at all. So all 4 loops is what we're going to do, and we're going to slip stitch around. That is the plan.
Hey, I know there's secret beads in here. I know how to kill the devil. They will not allow me to tell you what I've discovered. I cannot say. B. I know how we can kill the devil, but I cannot say. You understand?
All right, you guys, we're done. Look at it. It looks so good. All right, so we need to do an official try on. So I'm going to go grab a different shirt and put this over top of it because this is baggy and loose and it's not going to look right. So I'm going to go grab a tank top or something to put on under it. Different shirt. In the realm of the color scheme, it was the first thing I picked up, honestly. I didn't care what color it was. Let's give our shirt a little try on and see what she looks like. I'm so stinking excited. Okay. All right, let's look. She's cute. She's cute. She's very off the shoulder, which is what I wanted. I may close up 1 or 2 more clusters. I'm not sure. We're definitely going to steam block her so she will relax a little bit. Sleeves, even if we don't do any ribbing to them, the sleeves are a good length. I think I'm going to leave them the way they are. I like the flowiness of them. But look at her. I would definitely wear like a tank top or something underneath this because I'm not sure how see-through she is, but this is our shirt. Let me put you up here. Obviously, this is not the shirt I would wear under it, and I'm in pajama pants, so ignore those things. But look at her. Very, very cute. Nice length. It is a good length. I like the length. We can do like an over the shoulder moment like this, which is what I was going for, or you can close up the top. We did it. We made it. We made a shirt. We winged it. We wing it and we made a shirt out of it. That's awesome. Yep. The only thing left for me to do is to steam block it and take my remaining stitch marker out. I've already woven in all my ends. So they're all woven in. She is done. She is done. She just needs a little steam and then she's going to be perfect. I think that the striped sleeves came out really, really nice. I am very happy with that choice. Let me know what you guys think. Are you going to try to make one of these types of shirts for yourself? All in all, I would say that I probably spent, let's see, 12 hours start to finish. We'll say 12 hours start to finish on this because it took me some time to obviously sew it up and not each piece was 3 hours. So just under 12 hours from start to finish to make this. But yeah, let me know what you think down in the comments below. I love your faces so much. Thank you for hanging out with me today, and I will see you guys in the next video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ding your notification bell and hit that thumbs up button for me as well. I love your faces. I'll see you in the next video. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Goodbye.